Abundant Energy in Harmony with Nature. Does John McCain have a rational energy policy? By Larry Hartwig, Zmaster at ZeroEnergyDesign.com. We do not represent either Republican or Democrat political positions. Over the decades, we have become convinced that both parties have demonstrated terrible energy policies or no coherent policy at all, which is what has created our current energy crisis, man-made climate change, global warming, and pervasive, deadly air pollution. The question we ask is, do we want more of the same? Every American must have the highest possible respect for the dedication, sacrifice, service, and integrity of the Honorable Senator John McCain. He is certainly the most qualified 2008 presidential candidate to be the commander-in-chief of the U.S. military during a time of war. But what about his understanding of internal economic issues of the United States, and in particular about our total lack of a coherent, effective energy policy? Even as of the day that JohnMcCain.com website announced that he had won the 2008 Republican nomination, his website list of issues did not even mention energy as a subject he is specifically interested in or has a formal policy for. Therefore, we must rely on his evolving campaign rhetoric and hope that the Republican political machine will formulate an energy policy platform that we can evaluate rationally in the near future. John McCain has always said that he is a long-term Ronald Reagan Republican. With respect to national energy policy, this concerns us greatly. Reagan was elected by huge campaign contributions from large oil companies that hated President Carter's alternative clean renewable energy plans. Reagan terminated Carter's solar energy tax credits and replaced them with huge subsidies for the companies that import foreign oil from unstable, expensive sources that harbor terrorists that hate America. 15 of the 19 hijackers on 9/11/2001 were from Saudi Arabia, a primary source of oil to America. Reagan terminated Nixon's oil price controls. Because of the Reagan-supported national petroleum security problem in the Middle East, Reagan sent Donald Rumsfeld to sell weapons of mass destruction to Saddam Hussein, and later Reagan lied about also selling weapons to Iran, which illegally inflamed Persian Gulf oil-related war that killed 1 million people and doubled America's oil imports. Extremely bad Reagan energy policy is still impacting our involvement in oil-related war to this day. Do we want yet another president who supports and increases the American addiction to foreign oil? Because Republicans specifically need very large oil company campaign contributions to get elected, John McCain hides his Republican support of big oil companies and does not publish his Reagan-like relationship with them on his website. Therefore, we must rely on direct quotes from McCain's own campaign speeches to understand his opinion about the future of oil in America. In 2007, while campaigning for U.S. President, John McCain said, "Oil is often called the lifeblood of our economy, the indispensable commodity that keeps commerce humming and America on the move. Oil is a vital resource and we will always need it. There is much we can do to increase our own oil production." John McCain truly is a Reagan Republican, as he often claims. Do you think John McCain will continue to subsidize big oil? When the bill to end the 2005 Republican oil subsidies was voted on in the U.S. Senate on December 13, 2007, 82% of Americans polled wanted to terminate the huge oil subsidies, but only 40 corrupt senators prevented it from passing. John McCain did not support terminating the oil subsidies. Today, 78% of Americans are dissatisfied with our representatives and senators. In campaign speeches, John McCain has said, by mid-century there will be 3.5 billion cars worldwide, over 4 times the number today. Most of the growth will take place in the developing world in India and China, but the increase in fuel prices, pollution, and climate impacts will be felt worldwide. As world demand for oil soars, higher prices, severe economic volatility, and heightened international tensions follow. These unpredictable forces could seriously circumscribe our future if we let them. Great nations don't leave the lifeblood of their economy in the hands of foreign cartels. John McCain understands the basic problem, but how will this military leader solve it? At the Center for Strategic and Environmental Studies, John McCain called for affordable battery-powered vehicles to help cut oil imports in half. But where will the electricity for these cars come from? See our Zero Energy Design video on transportation without petroleum or biofuels. Here is John McCain's stated position on deadly coal. The United States has coal reserves more abundant than Saudi Arabia's oil reserves. We found a way to cut down acid rain pollutants from burning coal, and we can find a way to use our coal resources without emitting excessive greenhouse gases. He failed to mention the deadly air pollution, including mercury. See our video on the elusive dream of clean coal technology, the largest lie of lethal lobbyists. John McCain is an enthusiastic supporter of nuclear power. He ridicules Al Gore for not supporting nuclear power. See our Zero Energy Design video on nuclear power in your backyard. Here's John McCain's position on biofuels. Alcohol fuels made from corn, sugar, switchgrass, and many other sources, fuel cells, biodiesel derived from waste products, natural gas, and other technologies are all promising and available alternatives to oil. See our video on biofuel boondoggle, a deadly crime against humanity. Most of John McCain's speeches do not even mention solar, wind, or hydrogen alternatives. He does specifically state, I won't support subsidizing every alternative, just like Ronald Reagan. When bills to end oil subsidies and extend alternative subsidies reached the Senate, John McCain did not even vote. In his home state, the Arizona Public Service Company's world's largest solar plant plan needs federal support. But John McCain's silence is deafening. Zero Energy Design is deeply concerned about John McCain's total lack of understanding or interest in modern energy issues, and his often proclaimed support of bad Reagan energy policies that increased U.S. oil addiction and supported oil-rich Persian Gulf nations that have long harbored radical terrorists that wish to do harm to America. We certainly hope that Republicans can articulate a rational energy platform for McCain very soon. Our only hope for abundant energy in harmony with nature in the future will require a rational international energy policy. We focus on the political issues on zeroenergydesign.org and the technology on zeroenergydesign.com and passivesolarenergy.info. Please see our many other YouTube videos under Zero Energy Design.